What's the fastest way to get reported for keeping chickens in the city? For most city chicken keepers, it isn't noise or smell, it's rats. That's why rat-proof treadle feeders get so much attention. But do they actually work? And what problems do they create? In a city or suburban setting, the biggest risk isn't spilled feed. It's neighbors seeing rats and calling the city. Treadle feeders are designed to prevent exactly that by limiting who can access the grain. The biggest advantage is simple. They keep most rodents out. The lid only opens when a chicken steps on the weighted treadle. Less spilled feed means fewer rats hanging around fences, sheds, and crawl spaces, which matters when you're trying to stay on good terms with neighbors. Training takes patience. With new birds, I prop the lid open with a brick for a few days so they get comfortable eating there. The older chickens usually show them how it works, and the newer birds learn by watching. After that, I remove the brick so the treadle starts doing its job. But if these feeders are so effective, why do some people still struggle with rat-proof feeders? Part of it comes down to adjustment and expectations. New chickens can be startled by the mechanics. When a bird steps off the treadle, it drops with a loud clank. That sound can be alarming at first, especially for birds that have never used this type of feeder. Most adjust after a few days, but it's something to expect. There's also a learning curve with footing. Sometimes a new chicken steps with one foot on the treadle while the other slips underneath. When the treadle moves, that foot can get briefly stuck. It usually only lasts a moment, but it can scare them until they learn the correct stance. To reduce waste even further, I keep my rat-proof feeder on top of a cage, not inside it. I leave the cage door open so any feed that drops down is still accessible to the chickens, but harder for rats or wild birds to reach. That setup keeps the ground cleaner and adds another layer of protection. And while these feeders work well, they aren't perfect. I've seen 3 rats at once climb onto a treadle feeder and combine their weight to force it open. It doesn't happen often, but it shows how persistent rodents can be. In the city, treadle feeders work best as part of a system. Secure feed storage, clean runs, and smart placement still matter. But when used correctly, they're one of the most effective tools for keeping rats away and keeping neighbors from picking up the phone.